he knows her fairly well. So, oh my god, fucked it up again. Kilo, I'm so sorry. But yes, Kilo, without further ado, I'll allow you to introduce our guest caster.
I'm really happy to introduce. This is the first time casting. She's a very good friend of mine. Also plays for Women's League, the PC Women's League. Has done one season with Women's League and is looking for a team for the second season coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm really happy to introduce to all of you a very close personal friend of mine, Freeze Jump.
So welcome her. And great to have you as part of the cast. Is she in the Discord, I believe, Killer? I hope you brought her in. Awesome. Welcome, Freeze. Great to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Lovely to have you here.
Now, a link has been given for the camera as well, Adam, if you want to set that up.
Killer, really? Treat me like this? Shit.
Just put you on spot here.
Killer, you know, next week. Oh, no, fuck. Oh, my God, man. I pushed the game start already. I just dropped my controller and hit game start. Oh, wait, we need to start. I'll pause the game. I'll pause it. Everyone just be cool. It's Adam. Only Adam could do this. I got panicked. Okay, I'm starting. We're pausing the map band. We're pausing the operator bands. We are pausing the operator bands here. Mob Garden, thank you for the raid. Thank you, lovely. Thank you so much.
Oh,
love you, Mob Garden.
What a perfect time to be raided as well. When you've
love Mob Garden. Thank you,
when you've made a technological error.
Technological error. Thank you, Moppy G. If you're not following Moppy G, we love Moppy. She's a good friend of mine. Love her. A Canadian streamer and a beautiful human being. Check her out if you're not following her, guys, because she's incredible. She lives in Melbourne. She's an adopted Australian. She's amazing. Check her out, guys. She's absolutely incredible. We love her. Good friend of mine. Absolutely love her. Thank you, Moppy, for the host. Love you, and I hope you had a great stream. Love you, Moppy. All right. Well, anyway, so sorry. Anyway, I've paused it. The map bands are being paused. It is ticking away though, so I need to rehost here. I think. No, is it not? No, it's paused. We're good. We're good. Anyway, map band, John, you got to get this over and done quickly. I'll let Freeze and Kilo take it through. I'll put the camera on next week if it's okay, Kilo, because I don't think it will just disrupt because I've effed up the stream here. So I apologize.
You're right up Struggle Street,
Freeze,
Adam.
I love you and I apologize. I will fix it next week and we'll definitely have you as part of the properly, Gus.
We
can get you in after. We'll get you in the after game lobby. We'll put the camera on for the after game lobby. Yeah, we'll do it for that. Yeah.
Struggle Street, Difficulty Drive, Adversity Avenue, all of these places you're just taking a tour,
It's a
Adam.
weekly occurrence.
Taking a tour. Oh, well, it happens to the best of us. But map bans between these two, Slammers Association and Matrix. Both of these teams have had a bit of a rough season despite showing a lot of promise from a lot of their games. They've shown that they can really tangle with some of the best teams that we do have in this league. They just haven't found the success that they would like. Another one of these teams is walking away with a win, and I think we highlighted it at the start. If Matrix win it, they could go even with Slammers Association on 3 wins and 4 losses. So, Freeze, what would you like to see as a map ban?
So, actually looking forward to seeing Clubhouse as a map ban. I've heard it's not a very meta pick for the PS5 League, so if I see Clubhouse banned, I'm going to be pretty happy. And with Oregon as well.
Clubhouse and Oregon out. Yes, J-Rolls, production.
Yeah, I'm just going to interrupt for 2 seconds. I've just gotten a message in the Snap group saying that you've got the teams on the wrong attacking defense sides.
We're going to re-lobby this one. This could only happen with a Mob Garden and me dropping the controller and Freeze coming into the stream type situation. So,
please. It is unfortunate events. Part 2.
It is. Well, great. Love to have you here. Just tell the players we'll rehost this one. I do apologize to all the players involved. Everything was going okay tonight, minus the internet dropout for a couple of minutes. Everything's been okay, and the first time I get stage fright. This is horrible. Let me sort this
Freeze.
out.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to casting. This happens regularly.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, and now we fill for a bit. And J-Rolls can run the map bands while we are resetting the
Yes, he
lead or
can. Yeah,
resetting the
exactly.
lobby.
Leave it with me. Yeah.
So, between these two teams, Slammers Association can play in either style of play, be that very technically, or they can just absolutely frag out, depending on who they're against. Now, I'm not sure on the full Matrix roster this week, as I believe Kix is out of the Matrix roster this week.
He didn't see him. I didn't really see the teams, to be honest, but I didn't see Kix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And Kix can be... Kix is a bit of an unknown quantity. We love him in the chat, and we also love to hate him in the chat. But that is the way that it goes. He's a character, and we enjoy having him around. But I think Slammers Association are going to want to play this a little bit more on the technical side for this matchup, with Matrix having some big names in their gunner lineup.
I see Consulate is still not a very popular map to take on.
I love
Oh, no.
Consulate. I don't know
Consulate-
why people. I think Consulate's awesome. Personally, it's just a personal preference thing, maybe.
Consulate
me.
is one of the first bands in every single matchup that we've had. Consulate has been played once, and that was 7F versus Augulus. So that I don't think we're going to be seeing it again unless it pops up in the grand final with them
Particularly,
taking
tell
it.
me that Villa is a pretty meta pick for PS5. Do you think that Slammers or Matrix might choose that one as the map to go to?
Well, we've seen Slammers play on that Villa quite a bit, and they're very strong on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Matrix bans it out. But Matrix are going to ban out Cafe Dostoevsky. Coastline, we've just seen a Coastline. I think Coastline is going to go either through Slammers. I think Slammers are going to ban the Coastline at some point in here. There we go.
Oh,
Slammers
I'm
have
looking
banned
over my
Coastline.
shoulder.
But look, Johnny, you should know by this point that I'm going to get a few of these right. It happens every week.
Yeah,
The next
most
one
of them.
out from Cafe Dostoevsky, that band's... It looks to me as if Chalet is probably going to be out next. Either Chalet or Oregon are going to be out next. But no, it's Villa. So we're left with Clubhouse, Oregon, and Chalet.
I'm praying for a little bit of Chalet.
Look, Chalet would be lovely to see again. We saw it earlier this match, match day, and that was the first one. No, it was New Era versus who was New Era playing?
Disappointment. Sorry, just had a sneeze there.
Disappointment. Chalet is out, and it's going to be either Clubhouse or Oregon, two very meta picks for the PC meta. However, Clubhouse
They do it a
not
little differently?
as they do it very differently.
I'm very excited to see this.
They do it very differently. Some of the things leak through, but some of the changes are very, very out of the two, 50-50. I'm
would you
gonna
like to see?
think. I think I'd like to see Clubhouse, but we haven't seen Oregon today, so I'd like to see Oregon. I'm going to back in Oregon. I think we're going to go to Oregon.
Adam?
I already know the outcome, John. You asked
Yeah,
me.
okay. I don't know why I'm asking
I'm not
you.
calling
Freeze.
you because I know the outcome. It's absolutely irrelevant for me to give input, right?
I'm really hoping for Oregon. I've seen Clubhouse many times, and I'm quite familiar with the strats on that, so I'd love to see a bit of Oregon, see a little bit of change up, even though it
Oh,
is
no
still
lucky
quite
day.
meta.
Hey,
Ah,
we got the Oregon.
nice.
I think you'll see a lot of familiar things you probably see on PC, but these two teams are very well, we have some Enigma type players on SA. They do things a little different. Tokyo's one. Also, I want to let you know Tokyo has changed his name again for the 54th time this season, Kilo. It's Max on my head. You'll see that. I just want to elaborate. I honestly want to kill him, but he changes
Stick with
the
Tokyo.
name. It's Tokyo's so good. I don't know why you have to change it. Everyone loves the name Tokyo. I don't know why you need to change it. Anyway, he's changed his name again just to give you some reference. But you've seen two pretty familiar lineups for both teams. So These are players that we'll see week in, week out. So just one
Makes
change.
stats really hard.
It does, Tokyo.
Please.
How dare you, Tokyo?
Please, just stop changing your name.
Anyway, we have the players in the lobby. I'll chime in here and there, but I'll let you two take this one away. I might give my 2 cents here and there, but we are good to go. The players are ready to go. So without further ado, we'll send this one in, and good luck to the players involved, and let's have a bang of a match.
And this is where I part. Have a good night.
Thank you, Johnny. Associated Slammer is Rec. RCL Reflex, or whatever that is. Reflex. That's Associated Slammer. These guys change their names every 2 minutes. It freaks me out. Anyway,
Just
just
stick
leave
with
it.
your name.
Just leave
Put
it.
the SA.
It's not
You're
that
onto a
hard.
good thing.
That's exactly.
If you keep changing your name, no one's going to know who to credit
Exactly.
your amazing plays
You
to,
guys are cool.
because they will be credited to a different name.
Thank you.
Not your name. Anyway,
Kamikaze is 0.3k. We love Kamikaze. I think Kamikaze is a good player. Anyway, let's get stuck into this one. Good luck with the cast. I will chime in here and there, but I'll probably leave it to you two. And let's get this one on.
just going to fact check that call that someone made, Kamikaze.
I just believe the only difference...
Kamikaze's
I don't-
on Matrix. I
just-
don't have the stats for them.
Yeah, the only change is obviously Benentino is Valentino, who we know very quite well. I think it's just Hell's Tragic for kicks. And the other lineup is virtually almost exactly the same on Slammers. Obviously, Reflex is Associated Slammer, and Max is Tokyo. So Scalacci and Azos and Danaska are fairly familiar players.
Yep, looking like a very expected ban here with Thatcher off the board first by Slammers.
Yeah,
And Jackal as well.
Jackal following. It's not too out of the ordinary for an Oregon, especially. I think we are going to see the look. We have 4 that we could see here: Cade, Ella, Valkyrie, or the Mirror. We are going to see Cade come off, so that leaves just 3. And I think from Matrix, I think we're going to be seeing the Ella ban come out
How
and
about with
stopping that
Thatcher?
Ella shotgun.
With the Thatcher and Jackal both out of play, but we're very likely to see the Maverick now, which is going to be good. Oh wow, it is the Ella. Why is Ella normally banned on by Matrix? Is it a target pick or?
It's not necessarily Matrix that ban it. It's just that is one of the big 4 defensive bans. Usually that Ella pick is not as much of a menace on the PC, as I'm sure you know. Ella shotgun. Ella shotgun on console is an absolute destruction machine in
Oh my
terms of
goodness.
players. Not in terms of walls, but that too.
Yep, got a really good lineup on attack here. We've got the Nomad, which will be good for the flank watch. Have the Maverick, which I'm happy to see. Thermite, Ash, Ace. Yeah, that's pretty standard. And looks like, yeah,
It's for a it is for a top floor hold as well.
Mhm.
No 6-pick coming out by the looks of it with 5 seconds left. It's usually a bit late to run a 6-pick if you are going to be doing it. Mozzie has 6-picked on to Mozzie. So Syra, the team captain for Matrix, looks like he wanted to 6-pick but chose a little bit too late to do so.
since it's going to be a top pod, looking like we're expecting probably a big tower push and also a push from Master. That'd be the pretty standard thing to do. Probably expecting like the Maverick to go up to big tower as well, open up that attic and try and put a bit of pressure on that way. And I'm also expecting perhaps the Ace to go into Master, open up that games wall. Does that sound like something that generally happens, or is
It
PS5 really
sounds-
an enigma?
It sounds very, very standard. However, both of these teams are a little bit of an enigma with how they want to play certain sites. They play them a little bit differently, a little bit off meta. I thought we were going to see some head height holes on that Master walk-in room, but we're not going to see that now. We are going to see Syra get lit up just a little bit trying to spawn peek and not really do much in return, if anything. Might have been after a drone. Might have been, seeing as there is one drone down. However,
Yep, as expected. Looks like Scalacci Maverick is pushing up into attic. Gonna go get that wall open, and they See if there's anyone going to go beneath and get the mute jammer off the wall. Just make it a little bit easier for him, or if he can get it himself.
Should be able to get it himself, as the Maverick torch is not affected by the mute jammer. It's a physical item, not electronic, and therefore not really bothered by that. There is a player, Syra, playing very close on that breach, and as it gets opened, Danask lights him up through the wall. There he goes, finds the headshot onto Syra, and that is Syra down. And opening kill very early on goes to Slammers. Danask playing that Fragmite role. Nomad is indeed, looks like she's traveling by herself, but stopping the flank into Master through the game, or through Trophy, sorry. Aces.
Normally the Nomad is there to protect, like, normally I would send her through tower and, you know, hold off those stairs, but it looks like, oh, that might have Maverick, oh, maybe not.
Scalacci being taken down by Valentino, sorry. And that is a free trade not being traded out. Yes, please stop changing your names. It makes my job very hard. Tokyo getting taken out by Hell's Tragic. I don't know who that is because you've all changed your names. Hell's Tragic has been taken out, but does pre-aim the C4 and takes out Danask with that. And it looks like it's all falling apart for Slammers in the last minutes. However, Aces runs through, Reflex gets two. Valentino getting taken down, and Smurf Clown as well by Reflex. He is going to go to plant that. ADS eats it up, but he manages to find the final kill onto Hell's Tragic. Round one for Slammers.
Amazing work by the Nomad there, able to get a lot of those frags, and I think like a 3k with that. That's pretty amazing, especially for a flank watch role. That's really out of the ordinary, but it's really exciting to see.
I think Danask was playing more of the flank watch role on Thermite, playing a bit more of that Fragmite role, as we like to say.
Although, I would just be really worried about losing some of that utility. Like, if the Thermite's gone, then you have the Maverick, but then what about all your other hard breach?
You did have the Ace.
Oh yeah, true.
The Ace was also played. But the Ace now no longer in. Second floor is going to be reattempted.
Bring out the Goyo, that'd be really good to try and slow down some of that push so the Nomad doesn't just sprint in through the trophy room again.
It would be good to slow down that. It's being used almost as an alternative to the smoke that we usually see on PC. We get a lot of Goyo usage though in the console with certain sites. We are going to be seeing, I think it's a reattempt of the same site. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on reattempting a site that you just lost?
Look, if it's in the first couple of rounds, I think that's okay. Maybe not for a third time, but a second time I think is fine. Maybe just, you know, had a bit of a slow start. It could be, you know, just a quick peek, like the poor Mozzie on the first, like Syrah, getting counter spawn peeked and then just getting shot through the attic walls. Just a bit unlucky. So I'm sure he'll you know, clap this time, and maybe we'll see a win for Matrix on this round.
Harrison is really, really, really good when he's on. And he's one of those players that stood out to me when we were watching them play very early on and not having much luck with an older version of the roster. Matrix, one of these teams that keep changing the roster. They haven't had that stable roster, whereas Slammers have had a bit more of a stable roster, and it's stable enough that I do have some stats on them.
It's like Melissa's going for an early roam. Doesn't seem to find anyone yet. They don't seem to be pushing in through small tower. Big tower looks like the go again. So you can see, I think that's the Maverick again. Scalacci taking up big tower, and we have Ace running in through master bedroom.
There is mute jammers to contend with. Danask once again on the Thermite, looking at trying to find. Doesn't look like they're going for the oh no, Tokyo is going to be trying to open up that master side. Two of the ace charges, the spicy burritos, having gone out of the pocket and onto walls elsewhere, and I can hear them being opened up. Danask still looking for that layer on the attic side. Valentino playing from underneath, opening up that hatch just a little bit. Double window does get opened up and the pre-fire comes through. Hell's Tragic looking for another set of fights. Danask getting lit up by that C4 that does come flying out of, I believe that's Smurf Clown's hand. Valentino still has his, and so does Syra.
See Malusi possibly get the hit on Scalacci Maverick just because she is underneath. Hopefully be able to maybe hit a C4 or just taken by surprise from the hatch. Or we do have Thermite watching the flank, making sure that she doesn't do that.
Don't know why Danask is watching the flank with Diffuser in the back pocket. There is going to be a prone Jaeger Kamikaze going out to Aces, who plays on that double window, pre-firing out that rotate. Reflex falling to Valentino there. And there we have a 4v4. Good trade coming out for Slammers Association.
It's good. The Romans have rotated back to side, help to keep down the
Scalacci
final
taking
push.
out Hell's Tragic, and that puts it onto a 4v3, making it very easy to set up the execute. But Danask, with the plan down, Tokyo needing to find the player who was pushing and does so. Danask and Tokyo, 2 players left, the 2 very strong players. Or Syra finding Tokyo, looking for one more with the TCSG, does the melee peek and doesn't quite manage to hit a shot onto Danask, who one shot from that gun would have taken him out. Very well held by Danask.
Bit unfortunate that Malusi decided to sprint at that exact time because then he got peeked by the one in Attic.
Tokyo, I believe that was.
But we're having some different kind of wall denial here. We see the Bandit, if he's hopefully bringing C4, we might be able to see a couple of vertical plays trying to get some of those pesky attackers going through, like trying to push above.
We are going to see that basement site being brought out as well. They've decided to take your advice. Not sure if they can hear you, Freeze. They've decided to go, okay, 2 attempts is enough. We've lost both of them. Let's switch it up just a little bit. And we'll go down to basement.
Looking forward to seeing how this Vigil decides to roam. Like, will he just become a bit of a pest in places like Meeting, or is he going to go for the picks straight off the bat?
Now, a lot of the roams that do come out on the console are more of the late flank roams.
Oh, okay.
And they're not necessarily going to waste time early. They'll let a little bit of map control be taken. 2 drones there. Having been found.
I'd passed him.
Not sure if he noticed that they actually existed. Probably going to go back, and he's going to rotate upstairs to the top floor. Into Attic now. Looks like it's going to be a very, very aggressive peek onto Valentino. Well, from Valentino onto that bunker side. Doesn't look like it's going to be a bunker push, though.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and take top side and work their way down. It's a really good idea just to like take top first and work your way down just to make sure you're not getting those flanks. But I'm sure Hell's Tragic has something up his sleeve to throw them off their guard a little bit with that.
Well, Aces taking out the default cam as he pushes in through that armory hallway. Drones flying through and looking at trying to find Hell's Tragic, who has got his little reduction meter active, looking to try and stop those drones coming through. There is a punch hole in the wall there into Attic. He's going to pop the hatch, pop a rotate, not seeing that Aces is there. He's going to have to take the gunfight now because Aces did not finish the job. Hell's Tragic is going to be needing to look for the kill now in order to get out of the current predicament he is in. But Aces falling off the play that he is on. Kamikaze playing in Freezer. Hell's Tragic still upstairs, still wasting time, still causing 2 of the attackers beyond that second floor. Takes out the drone. And holds Attic again.
Look, he's going to take on the gunfight. Oh, he wins.
Takes on 1. Takes on 2. He gets a double there. Doesn't know that there's a third one there as Downs and Danask finds the kill finally onto Hell's Tragic after losing Reflex and Aces.
But a 2-for-1 trade, that's a pretty good thing to do.
That's a pretty
Especially
good
for a Roma.
pretty good for Vigil, especially to get that. And that utility that was lost from taking Vigil rather than another operator has been gained in the form of kills. Off angle being held now from Scalacci, looking for the player that plays in the supply closet. However, Syra does find the kill onto Scalacci through that exact same side. Spicy Burrito goes out onto the wall, and I believe that might be the shot out. C4 goes out and doesn't do enough damage. Doesn't do any damage, rather. Kamikaze is still playing in that freezer hold, playing a little bit more passively than he probably could.
Is that a flank assault from the Bandit? Is the Bandit upstairs just waiting for...
Bandit's still playing in that freezer. But Valentino finding 2. Tokyo finding 1 out of the 2. A little bit of a pre-fire and a pre-aim. Showing off the controller. Valentino. The celebrations. There were a couple of absolute fantastic trades, and that is the first round the Matrix have won.
And looks like they're going to take back upstairs again, see if they can improve on the first 2 rounds and get a win from it.
Well, they do have the momentum on their side now.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they're going to be bringing a Buck on the attacking team. Be interesting to see maybe to... Oh, nope, it might be gone. Did I speak too soon?
I think you've spoken too soon, and this is the one of the things that I think is learnt very early on by casters. You don't ever say too much about the attacking lineup until you see the 6-pick come out. You can say a lot about the standard picks, like the Ace, the Thermite, the Nomad, the Maverick. The Aruni usually is a standard pick, but has been opted to take the Bandit.
Yep, looking like a pretty regular lineup again, having probably the Melusi going on the roam, and the Bandit and the Mute trying to prevent some of that hard breach. However, we've noticed that Maverick has been pretty successful every time in opening up that attic wall, and backed up by the Thermite in case of emergency.
Well, I think Hell's Tragic has done very, very well on the roam, but also has done quite well holding that attic occasionally.
Especially when she holds it from meeting room below. You can get that good C4 through the hatch, or, you know, wonder if you'd be able to sneak up on them if they're in tower, knowing that this is something that they do quite regularly now.
Or on the soft floor, just on the attic side of the breached wall there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the C4 play that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I don't really see where Melusi's been putting her Banshees. Normally you'd put them like near the stairs perhaps, just to make sure that you know that they're coming, but perhaps she has a different trick up her sleeve with that one. The Maverick watching the
Melusi,
flank.
one of your favorite operators, Freeze.
Yeah. Normally I do put like one at the top like white stairs, and then one at the trophy door, and one in attic, but I think I might be able to learn something here from how she plays it.
Always looking at the other players to see how you can learn from what they're doing. Danask is going to get tagged up once again from the attic hold.
Expecting that peak again, since he's done the first couple of times as well. Oh,
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Ooh.
The Bandit of Kamikaze going to do the commando crawl underneath the attic drop, just in order to get unstuck from the location that he is in.
He's actually going to sneak up behind them. Is he going to get the... Oh, the C4 goes out.
Syra finding reflex on the Nomad. Nomad, I don't know how many of the air jabs got out there, but that was the shotgun finishing off reflex. Playing very close on the breach there. I think that's Kamikaze. No, it's the Smurf clown there. No, I am wrong once again.
I think that was the Melusi, so Hell's Tragic.
Oh, Syra.
Oh.
Syra playing very, very close on the breach. I think that's where the shotgun kill came from. Does he swing out onto the doorway? Probably not. Looking for the drones. Can't find any. Scalacci having rotated round to the window after opening up that little bit of breach. So we can peek into the kids and peek into where Kamikaze was holding and is no longer holding because Danask has gone big into the room. Tokyo taken out by Syra, but then traded back by Aces as he tries to rotate round.
Oh no, did the meat forget that that there was someone sitting outside of the balcony?
He took out the first one, didn't know that there was a second.
Ah, I see.
As Tokyo was dispatched very quickly by the shotgun.
The late flank by the Mozzie, maybe he's gonna get the kill on Ash, and he does! Oh, that's such a well done flank.
You love your flanks, Freeze.
I do. I love catching them off guard.
As long as I've known you, you've loved those flanks. We could be seeing something big just about to happen. Scalacci going down and then by Valentino. Proning there behind the couch. No, not proning, downed. The Nask has to find 3, find Hell's Tragic and Smurf Clown, but Hell's Tragic takes him out and evens it up at 2 on 2.
That prone was not by choice.
I saw the shuffle and go, that's not a normal shuffle, that's a downed shuffle.
Mozzie
However-
was already short, but let's see him get a little bit shorter.
What I was saying what I was asking you is you love your flanks. For as long as I've been playing with you, you will go for those flanks. But the Mozzie, I believe that was Hell's Tragic, I think, on the Mozzie.
That was the Valentino.
Oh, Valentino was on Mozzie. That sort of play is what I expect from you. And it worked.
Oh, they're bringing a fuse. No way.
Fuse, funnily enough, especially for this site, Fuse is underrated. And I think bringing the Fuse, it's a sledgehammer to the utility on site. And with the utility that we have, Castle, Bandit, Rooney not as much, but Castle, Bandit, Mirror, Jaeger, all of them are going to be susceptible to the absolute destruction that Fuse can bring.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you. It's just, you leave yourself quite exposed when you're placing down those fuse charges. Like, and the amount of people that you've seen get domed through a window or through, like, a wall as he places those down, like, it just seems very dangerous. But, seeing some of the flank watch on the attacking team, it looks like they might have no problem with that. Except, wasn't Danask playing the Thermite, so he might have to have someone else watch his back while he's watching Scalacci's back.
Or they're not going to need to take Big Tower because it has gone to that first floor site.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
they have elected to go kitchen dining rather than kitchen meeting. Do you have a preference out of those two sites?
I mean, I would definitely prefer kitchen dining just because I think holding small tower seems a little bit easier than having like all those like entryways you can have into meetings. So, having the attic, but then you can have attic hatch and the rear stage wall, and then obviously main lobby. Having those 3 points you have to hold down can be a little bit daunting. So having just if you take bathroom and hold that, it's a little bit harder to push up through wide hallway and through small tower just to try and take that dining side. Yeah.
Kamikaze playing on that mirror that Valentino has set up. Second mirror.
Oh, looks like it is going to be a big tower push anyway.
Big tower push here.
It's a rush trap. I love it.
A little bit of a rush trap, but they've all stopped a drone. I think they think it's meeting.
Oh, no.
Which for them is a little bit unfortunate, but Danask is going to go above, covered by Reflex here.
Ooh,
And
is
he's
he gonna
going-
use off.
Fuse is going to go off and gets a kill onto Smurf Clown, looking for a second one here with the
No
fuse
way.
charge. That's
Love
a
it.
big bonus there for Danask.
Unfortunate for the bandit though. Oh,
Ooh, we almost killed Syra with one too. Oh, it's so
Almost
low.
got rid of Syra,
Wow.
but hard breach device going out onto the hatch, looking for. He's going to use all of them. No more utility left for
he
Fuse
got
to
another
use, and he
one.
gets Valentino. That is
Unbelievable.
huge
That's
to the
nuts.
side
That is
of
nuts.
Slammers.
Danask
Clear
got it.
out the entire site.
Oh.
That's Reflex finding Syra, and that's the end of that. Tokyo, he is planting.
Reflex still has in his pocket 2 of his frag grenades. I'm surprised he didn't use one
Scalacci.
on that freezer push.
It's all down to the UMP. and it's not gonna happen. Aces finding the pixel angle onto the castle there.
I don't normally don't chime in here because I'm letting you guys doing a great job, but oh my god, Freeze, you were rapt to see the fuse pick, and boy did that go off.
That was amazing.
He got 2 kills and he pretty much put Syra to 1 health, like 1 bar. Like literally, that was nuts. What a pick, inspired pick. I'll be quiet.
And-
Sorry, I just wanted to give my 2 bob. That's amazing.
And Syra ended up in Freezer stairs, terrified of the fuse cowering downstairs.
Yeah, and he was 1 health, and he lost that gunfight because he was so low health. It was nuts.
It was a big pick there from Danask, and it worked so well. Any operator this time that catches your eye, Freeze?
I'm looking at the alibi. I'm hoping that she does stay in. Oh, she does! Oh, that's exciting. So, with the alibi, if she's going to be doing the roam, sometimes you can, like, obviously you can throw them out, like, behind you as you're running, just to throw a bit of, like, throw the attackers off a little bit, give out some of that information. Otherwise, yeah, I'd normally play the Melusi around here and put 1 in blue, but she has decided to put 1 on the Shaiko door.
Shaiko door?
So I actually only learned this recently, but if you peek from that door onto barrels in from blue, then they call that Shaiko peek. I think it's from just like Pro League. It's probably something that Shaiko does from BDS.
Okay. Well, that's a call that I didn't actually know.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but just this from
No, it's
what
this
I've
store
heard.
right here that we're looking at. Freeze, spot on.
Yep.
He plays on Harry Potter, and he plays this store here around the area. Spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Spot on, Freeze. You're absolutely 100% spot on. Where Kamikaze's playing is he just sits there with Jaeger, and he makes it impenetrable to get into the site.
I don't think anyone's going to be game enough to try that though with PlayStation controller or M&K. I don't think that's a level of coordination that you need. I don't think is wanting to be taken. There is no extended blue hold though.
Oh, no smoke, no Tachanka?
No smoke, no Tachanka, no extended hold. They've decided to turtle that off and hold through different areas.
Oh, hells no, someone is there, but can't quite get the angle on them, just sitting on those white stairs.
Yeah, Smurf Clown, and there is going to be Maverick holes coming out. Scalacci is going to still be trying to widen that hole open.
Oh no. Alibi just missed the peak on that. That's so unfortunate.
That was the peak onto Aces. Aces is now going to clear some of the utility. No, it was Danask, sorry. Reflex, having thrown out a frag, does get eaten up by the ADS. More holes going to be opened up by Scalacci.
Scalacci's already used both of his frags. That's interesting. I mean, we still have another minute 30 of the round left to go.
He would have used them to try and clear the utility and probably threw them a bit too deep and the utility was not cleared. Hell's Tragic is going to take the gunfight with Reflex, but Reflex wins it. However, Syra gets the trade onto Tokyo. C4 gets ripped and goes down into the electrical cupboard. Doesn't do any damage. Syra playing very close with that, playing a bit of a power position there with the shotgun. Refires come out from Kamikaze, giving the position just away just a little bit. The dangerous cross there from Valentino, but he does manage to make it unscathed. Looking across the Maverick holes as well, does go down to the Maverick on those holes. Reflex taken out by Syra, holding that aggressive angle. Aces finds one on the Kamikaze, but Smurf takes on Aces. Danask finding Syra, and that's the shotgun of Syra off the board. Valentino is downed in Freezer, and it's all up to Smurf Clown versus Danask and Scalacci. 2 big fraggers here. Danask going absolutely massive last round with the fuse. Isn't going to find Valentino. Smurf Clown is going to find Scalacci, and it's down to a 1v1. Pre-fires do come out, and the pre-fire is not exactly the best thing to be doing when you're Habana. Danask.
Limited bullets, you have to go for the head with the Habana.
Oh, can we just appreciate why didn't he take the kill? The guy's giving him a call out of where he is. He has to kill that down guy. I know he's trying to be the right thing by not taking the teammate's kill, but he has to take that kill there because that guy is giving calls, literally giving calls. He has to kill that guy. Oh, that's a big mistake. That's a
When
huge
you're
mistake.
down to
Yeah,
become a bit of a live drone.
exactly. He had to take that. I know he's trying to do the admirable thing by not taking his teammate's kill, but that's a critical error right there from SA.
But then it also put the teammate
Yep.
out of position as well.
Yep.
And that leaves really, in essence, should have been a 4-2 split
Yep.
into a 3-3 split. So Matrix definitely up on that one.
One thing I find interesting about this is that I'm really happy to see that the 30-second meta doesn't seem to be quite prevalent in these last couple of rounds, because normally what you see is a lot of droning, a lot of having like passive looks around trying to find that first pick, and then the last 30 seconds you get a massive push that results in everyone dying within the next like 10 seconds. But here you see a lot of picks out from the start, and it's really good to see that we're moving away from that 30-second meta.
I'm not sure, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, that we actually had too much of that in the PlayStation meta. Because I can't really remember seeing that too much in any of the games that we've had. Yeah, it happens in the odd round, but I wouldn't say that it's meta at all to have that 30-second push. Usually time management is either the friend of the attackers or very much not the friend of the attackers, and they're not ready for that execute anyway.
Hopefully we see Arena going back to open up that rotate between laundry side and B side. Otherwise, they may have a bit of trouble holding down that A side if they just do decide to push in through main. Yep, there we go. There she goes.
There we go, that rotate being opened up. Bit of a pre-fire coming out onto that T3 on tower. We could see the traces coming through. Valentino. Aggressive now, looking at finding the player on pillars. And that's what I think leads to some of that 30-second meta not being the case here.
But we do have the Mossies sitting upstairs, hopefully looking for a pick from someone coming around, but I don't think you'll find anyone.
Aces holding that pillars very aggressively on a bit of an off angle on electrical door. Stun grenade getting eaten up by the ADS. Second one goes out and does manage to find the target. Player on pillars. Rotero heading down the stairs, looking for anyone that they can flush out into the waiting sights of the rest of the Matrix side. Pre-fires do come out, and Valentino finds the first one. Scalacci finds the second back onto Valentino. It's trade 4-4 left, and we still have 1 minute 30 left on the round. Syra gets tagged up just a little bit by Scalacci. He's still playing on pillars, looking to try and find that freezer player. Finds bit of charge onto Danask. Takes a couple of shots. Syra and Hell's Tragic both being tagged just a little bit. Two players trapped in freezer for the side of Slammers. Looks like they could go for a plant here. One of the cross happens. Reflex making the cross.
Doing a bit of a flank around, maybe going back up down white stairs, take him off guard, or he could, but then we have Maverick who's probably preempting that, ready to take out the Mozzie.
Going for the flank onto the freezer players as there are two trapped in there. Reflex does find one onto Syra, and that is definitely going to ease their journey out of that freezer just that little bit more. Don't need to leave freezer if you take him out though. Smurf Clown finding two and then being traded back out by Reflex. Tokyo and Reflex both needing to find kills around each other. C4 does go out and takes Hell's Tragic to a very low percentage of health. Pre-fires onto the pillars and finds the second one. Hell's Tragic and Tokyo.
That was nasty.
No, not Tokyo, sorry. Being found by Reflex.
That was really well done by the Bandit, considering that he knew where the Nomad was because he could see her yellow air jab sight coming out, but then he still managed to pre-fire on the Maverick waiting in pillars. That was excellently done.
That's Associated Slammer, and he is very, very good. I was lucky enough to play with him during the week. He's a I know he swore that on broadcast. I gotta stop. He is an amazing player. You guys doing a great call. Great call, Freeze, as well with that flank by the Maverick. Incredible call. You had the foresight to see what was going to happen, and then he called it. I don't know why he ran away. He had the flank there. He had to keep going, but he stopped and ran away. I didn't understand that play from him. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
he had
default
the-
cam might have still been up.
Oh yeah, he got a bit spooked, but I think he just has to go there and challenge that fight because he had the opportunity to impact the round there. Whether he dies or not, you got to take that. I think you have to take that fight.
Either that or it was a call from
Yeah, someone-
whoever had
yeah.
the diffuser on pillars
To come
going,
around, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I need you pillars, can
Yeah.
you cover me?
Yeah,
It was the Nomad. Who was on the Nomad? That would have been Hell's Tragic.
Yeah, it was. What a shot on that. The flick by
Oh.
Associated Slammer on the. Oh my god, on that pillar shot. Oh, that was beautiful.
Interesting enough,
Absolutely.
Slammers have decided to take on the kitchen meeting side. That
Yeah.
is an interesting choice, considering with all the entry points, all the angles they have to watch, and they haven't really brought too much in terms of like roaming, just to make sure that they can cover all their angles. They have the castle, who I guess you could roam, but like normally they'd stay on site, and the mute and the bandit if they're going to be tricking anything. Jaeger as well, who's been slowed down to a 2-speed. Probably wouldn't be able to do that as well, but it'll be interesting to see how they decide to play this one out.
I think we're going to see Danask play a little bit more on site as he usually does. Scalacci on the roam with Tokyo as well. Tokyo's been known for some of his crazy roams.
Yeah.
Last week we saw him crawl his way down
That was
into the
incredible.
basement to avoid the jackal.
That was
Wait,
actually amazing.
seriously?
He actually had
He
a good
crawled-
game last week.
He crawled
He did.
Chalet. He
What,
crawled all the
three
way
times?
down.
I think 3 times.
3 times, only twice was there actually a jackal in play, yet the 3rd time he still managed to crawl his way down into the basement of Chalet
So good, Kilo.
to avoid the jackal.
He got a lot of
He's-
control here.
He's got the brain.
Oh, what's this angle? What is this?
Danask playing through the island
Oh!
here and finds the kill
No
onto
way.
Valentino.
I've never seen that.
Valentino falling very quickly. However, there is the utility from Danask gone as well. Looking at getting back up to the island.
Bit of a shame that they lost their fragger so early on,
Yep.
but that's what happens sometimes when you take the lightning take all the way, taking up half the map like that.
And that's what the dining room is susceptible to, is that lightning rush take. Free fires are going to be coming down through the hatch from Associated Slammer onto the Smurf Clown. They are going to try and now use their utility and open it up. Scalacci looking up the hatch towards the big tower break, if there is one. Syra on the drone here. You might be hearing the telltale beeping of a Rotero about to flow. Kamikaze getting shut down from a very late flank from the Mozzie of Tokyo. Pardon me. Aces still playing on site. Hell's Tragic finding Scalacci, and that takes Slammers to a 4v3.
Ooh.
Pixel angle from Aces finding Hell's Tragic, and that makes it a 4v2. Syra and Smurf Clown all that are left. Reflex having rotated back upstairs.
He's in
playing
a
on
really
his
powerful
jammer.
position here. This is a really nice spot to be in. They haven't taken
Especially with
yeah,
where
no,
the fuser is.
exactly no vertical control. We saw what Danask did on the fuse, and they're not replicating it.
Danask is going to be taken down by Smurf Clown without any damage being done to him.
I think with 25 seconds
Ooh.
left, we're expecting the attackers to just win their ones, hopefully. Oh, and someone is coming after Reflex. Looks like it's the looks like Smurf. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Reflex,
No way.
free fires and wall bangs out Smurf Clown. Down to Syra.
He's
Syra
lagged
V3.
out, has he?
I think he
I
may have
think
lagged out.
may
He
have
was
lagged
sitting
out,
there
Yeah.
exactly the
His
same
game
way
is
last
frozen.
time.
Yeah, we got a call. We'll pause.
Yep.
We'll have a technical pause here. Yeah, let's just get a pause on, and we'll get Syra back. I thought so. I thought I saw him on the. We'll go back to the main screen, the casting screen, and you guys can give us your thoughts so far. Very close game so far. Thoughts so far, Freeze? Obviously, your first opportunity to do a cast within the league. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts so far on the gameplay so far?
So I feel like it's a lot more aggressive than I would have expected for like I guess this kind of high level gameplay. Normally like you have a lot of people holding angles and then hope and like just waiting for people to make a mistake. But in this case, there's a lot of really heavy pushes from the attacking side, and then even the defenders like setting up their C4s ready to go like from the start of the round and just sitting there waiting for someone to walk by.
It's a very aggressive game. It's a different game. With PC, you've got it. It's very, very quick comparatively, but with console, you can get it. It's almost slower, but it's more consistent speed all throughout the round.
Sweet. We've just been given confirmation from Valentino. Thank you, Valentino. His game's good. Thank you. So we are good to read. I'll give it back to you guys. Hand it back over to you guys.
Alrighty.
We are good to go. So thank you, Valentino, and thank you, Mox, as well. Appreciate you guys letting us know. So let's get this one back on. I'll leave it to you guys.
All right. Flores is going to be brought out, reveal phase at least. He may be switched off and someone else may be brought. However, top floor, kids' dorms.
Like they are bringing the smoke this time, probably to hold off that trophy or white stairs push and trying to slow them down a little bit. You can see that Smoke has like a really effective play, especially in the last 30 seconds if he's still holding on to all three of his babes and then, you know, tossing them out just to make sure they don't get the plant or just preventing them from pushing from maybe the only way that they might have opened up.
If there's the one breach that gets opened, but with Kamikaze on the Maverick and Smurf Clown on the Ace, I think we will be seeing the double breach. One on that main side in Master and one coming through for the Attic. Ooh, we have got a Rooney laser gate on.
The trophy door.
No, I'd want to put that on the other side. No, on the Master walk-in breach.
Oh, okay.
You'd want that on the other side because that's where the main breach is going to go for the run. Scalacci is going to attempt the same peak that Syra nearly died attempting the first round of the match. He's going to fall off that a lot quicker than he really should have because there may have been a player walk into it in just a moment. Couple of players on the roof now, Syra and I believe that's Hell's Tragic or Smurf Clown, one of the two. I think there was a Smurf Clown. Syra going for a trick shot almost with the drone, but doesn't quite manage to get it.
I like that.
Looking for a second one.
I'm surprised for that just because he knows the Melissa's there ready to take it on and she does get it.
Twice. Yep.
Is he going to go for a third?
Don't do it, Sarah.
Doesn't seem like one to give up
The
on
nade
it.
was smarter.
Nade was smarter.
I think that might get him off
Maybe.
now. I think. No, he missed all
Oh,
that.
no, he missed the shot. And that's very unfortunate for Syra.
Yeah.
He's going to have to use all four trying to do it, but the nade did get the utility off.
Looks like the Nomad doesn't want to sit up on that tier 3 just to watch it while up there. She's going to do like what the Thermite did last time.
Oh, they got a
and is
drone.
looking to get the pick off the Attic.
Ooh, they know where the Mozzie is, and the Mozzie doesn't know that he's been spotted. C4 goes out. Does it do anything? It isn't going to be pulled yet. Just a pre-place for the moment. There it goes, and doesn't quite manage to do anything. Valentino finding the Nask, and that's the opener. 1 minute 30 seconds left in the round. Valentino going to drone and take out the Aruni laser gate. Is now going to peek and pre-fire at every single angle he comes across, missing one of the players on the Reflex or Scalacci. I can't tell on the helmet. They're both German operators and they have the same one. Smurf Clown is going to open up the Aruni gate with one of the spicy burritos that he no longer needs as much as some of his other utility aces. Finding the shot onto Hell's Tragic, evening up the player count at 4v4. Smurf Clown going to go for the plant in the standard spot on games. Going to pop the C4 and deny the plant. Plant is now dropped on that default spot. Aces finding Valentino as well. And we're now on a 4v2 in favor of Slammers. They win this, they go to match point. Flick comes out from Tokyo onto Syra, and that is going to be Tokyo's one gunfight. Some of the players on low health, but it doesn't matter because Aces shuts down Kamikaze, and we are now on match point for Slammers.
Interesting choice by the Ace there, going for the plant when it was still a 4v4 and they didn't quite have the site control they would have wanted. They could have been someone at attic and kids' bedroom and at the back of the bunks, and I just felt like there hadn't been enough taken care of yet for the plant to go down. But they still had plenty of time. They had 45 seconds left of the round. Normally, if there's like 30 to 20 seconds left, that's when, yeah, sure, panic, put down the diffuser and, you know, try and hold them. But that was an interesting choice by the attacking team at that point.
I think it came out a little bit too quickly. It was a little bit tried to force it almost. There were still 2 C4s in the back pocket of the defenders on Slammers, and it just was not quite when you wanted to play. I think maybe a bit of miscommunication saying, yes, we have sight, go plant. But Smurf Clown, having pushed the plant, it was tragic. Looking at the Monty. He is going to stick with the Monty. So we are going to see the Monty coming out.
Matrix is bringing the IQ along this time. We might be able to see one of your little tricks, Kilo, where you shoot the diffuser, the person diffusing through the floor. That'd be interesting.
I think it was week 5. We had a round lost by someone trying to do that and hitting nothing but bar.
Oh, no.
All he needed to land was 1 shot, and he did it as the diffuser was diffused.
Looking like they are bringing a smoke, and they're going to be doing the elbow hold, which the Matrix decided not to do last time. And we'll see if this will pay off for them and prove to be, you know, still the meta strat that you want to be doing for basement.
Well, the interesting thing here is that Slammers are the more, I guess, coordinated team, having a more stable roster and not pulling in people at the last second. So they've got that ability to play that little bit coordinated strats and have those players in those locations. Whereas I think it was a good call for Matrix to not attempt the elbow hold, just because they lack some of that coordination that Slammers have. Played a little bit more turtle. And
It's good to see them bring in the frost on this site, try and catch off some of that. If they decide to do a rush, then, you know, catch off them off guard as they, you know, possibly don't drone. They won't be caught by the IQ either. So it looks like frost could be a really good idea and might prove to be really beneficial for Slammers.
It could be very beneficial for Slammers here, but the Monty has pushed all the way down to the laundry. Now, he could still step in that frost mat that you were talking about earlier, but he's going to go for the shot onto the frost and finds the shot onto Danask. He's going to look for the second, doesn't quite manage to land it, accidentally goes prone, puts the shield on the back. He's up Struggle Street now, but does manage to put the shield back in its rightful place. Valentino, having pushed all the way down Freezer, finds Reflex, looks for the second, nearly gets him, but doesn't quite do it. Does down him after all. Kamikaze is going to also be downed in Freezer. They're going to go for the revive, probably not. Finds the one on the rotate, looks for a third, looks to finish off Tokyo. Valentino going absolutely nuclear this round. Aces, Smurf Clown planting the diffuser. Aces playing on that elbow extended hold. Looking for the player now on those stairs that has dropped into Harry Potter. Free fire is going to come out, and that's going to give away the position. Proning, looking for the repeak. The repeak isn't going to be attempted, it's going to be reheld. Does manage to find the headshot onto Syra, and that is now going to be a 1v2 with Monty still on the board, and it's post-plant. 20 seconds left to go. No C4 in the back pocket for this Aruni.
Monty is waiting on the diffuser. He's probably going to be looking out for that ace but Monty will be calling out exactly where the Aruni is, and with 5 seconds left to go, it might be worth just saving that KD. But if he gets snuck up on.
Ace really trying, and they both sort of did a ring around the rosy around that supply closet, which eventuated in no one getting the kill, but Matrix winning the round.
How dirty was that Monty shot on the frost? Oh my word! And Valentino's flank with the 3K was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, but the Monty nearly got the second onto Valentino.
Yeah, and having someone sneak down in through Freezer, snuck up on the poor Jaeger, just waiting there, trying to get the shot off the Monty. Monty became as a big distraction and ended up protecting the Freezer and just causing a little bit of havoc for the defenders to try and get rid of.
And
bringing a castle this time.
It's really bringing Matrix back into it. They're bringing the castle because they're going to a different site.
But also, maybe the castle would be good for blocking out the Monty if, you know, they suspect that Matrix might be bringing that again.
Well, they haven't used a 6-pick. So what they saw is what they get. And so we will go to their first floor site. we will be going to the meeting and kitchen.
We have castle barricading off that main lobby push, forcing them to perhaps take up the big tower and through junkyard. Considering that's what they did last time they pushed through junkyard, they could be expecting that, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch on and prevent that really quick push like last time.
The other interesting thing is if you're pushing up that lobby, you either dip it and go somewhere completely different. You just don't bother with that castle. They don't have the ranged soft destruction that you see from Ashe, Zofia, even Ace could take it out, but you don't really want to be. You don't really want to be using a hard breach charge on a castle map. You use a grenade or a Zoff charge or an Ashe charge, which they don't really have, which is unfortunate for them.
Could use the Flores though. You know, he has 4 drones. He could use 3 of them to take out some of the utility. But looks like they really are going for the tower push now.
Reflex finding the opener onto Hell's Tragic, and that is the IQ off the board within the first minute. 2-minute 10 to go on the clock. Danask pre-firing through some walls to see if he can get a cheeky accidental pick. Fire comes out from Valentino and finds Reflex. Tokyo for the flank.
On the buck, just unaware of it.
Misses his shot, does find the shot after all. Valentino does find one before that. However, Kamikaze looking for that flank watch now. 3 players in Big Tower, not being able to open up that attic wall on account of the mute jammer being put there. Syra looking for that flank watch, but the Valkyrie
in that tower site, in tower and in the green hallway, and it's always really interesting to see when defenders use that basement or the another level just to do those flanks. It's always something that catches the attackers off guard, and Valkyrie did a really good job on getting that buck. Oop,
yeah,
and
that's
like she's gonna get the
Shoot,
Tokyo.
shoot, Tokyo, what are you doing?
I don't think he wants to give away. He doesn't want to give away his position, but I think that was definitely the play to shoot and try and get a pick, or at least slow it down, because Syra, the one who he should have been shooting at, just got the kill onto Danask. Doesn't make that same mistake twice and does take out Smurf Clown, dropping Diffuser in that backstage hallway. Pre-fires do come out. Kamikaze goes to pick it up and gets also felled by Tokyo, who's sitting on that hatch. A very powerful position, especially late in the round.
Kamikaze, no.
Kamikaze's air jab is going to be eaten up straight away by the
Smart.
ADS.
Smart.
ADS, thank you. Kamikaze starts to plant.
Rating.
Beats out Tokyo, but the double swing coming out from Slammers Association to finish off the round. Scalacci swinging at the same time as Tokyo from a different angle, finishes it off.
That was very well played by both teams. You can see we saw a lot of really interesting flanks, a lot of really good aggressive plays, and just making this all around a really enjoyable match to watch. That was excellent.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That was a good match, honestly. Oh, I was criticizing Tokyo. I'm not criticizing, but I was like, shoot Tokyo! But you know what? It actually was, he got 2 kills on there, so he's the better player. Because it was smart. He didn't give his position away, as Kilo said. And he ended up clutching the round. What a game. Slammer, you had a monster game. Love you, legend. What a night of games.